And then let's get right into it for Hindsight L.
All right, so Hindsight, Mr. L, and we got it correct. Yes, sir. First go. And we've seen a lot of FD today.
It's just an odd stage, but it works really well for the play styles that we've seen from these players and the characters behind them.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want the platforms for the mix-ups. It just makes things really messy.
Yeah, and it kind of like, it works well for Hindsight's play in terms of he likes the passive style, controlling the pace of the game, but it's also Pikachu without you having a route to escape, so you pick your poison there.
Yeah, no, it just works. It really is one of those situations where it's like on paper, yeah, this looks kind of confusing, but it just works.
Yeah.
And it's kind of similar notes to what we saw with Hindsight versus Ling, where it's like, yeah, you have an empty space to control the projectiles. That doesn't do you shit if your opponent's just going to move right on top of you. They're going to have a better close range game, and then you're going to struggle to actually find some way to, you know, get out. Like right there, stuck in the corner, trying to jump out of the pressure, and you just right back into it on the opposite side, and now killing you.
Yeah, right now. And this is pretty much the issue that happens with Pikachu. He just takes control of the game so well. The tempo is all in his favor. And against characters who don't have the best range overall, you kind of struggle to deal with it. Like, your projectiles are okay in terms of trying to trade.
Bro.
But, oh my god. Dude. Alright. Mr. L has a date with Ling. Like, that's basically what we're seeing out here. He's trying really hard to get to Ling and just plow through Hindsight.
Alright, well, he's got to do at least 3 games against Hindsight to prove it. If he can actually get there.
Yeah,
and I don't know if Hindsight is going to actually give it to him that easy.
No. I know that these two are both in the same crew as well. This is Grunt Gang. That they're all a part of. So he's definitely, like, played Mr. L before. That's the reason why they're here. He invited them over. So Hindsight does understand how to approach this matchup. Problem is, it's still Pikachu, and he's looking at a pretty solid deficit. He needs to find like a couple down tilt doesn't lead into too much. Actually, I just realized as it's shown. Usually that's pretty good for most characters. Not against Pikachu though.
Oh, yo, if he had the read those?
Yeah, that's
if he had those,
that's the ESAM right there. Just like dump jab block into hard read up smash on the cross up, but didn't believe hard enough in it. And it was a good job he did it because it was the wrong choice. Why though?
I think it was a wonky situation. Dash attack almost killing. I do like the hesitation from L. He can't afford to spam out thunders like we saw him do against Chavo because the threat of Reflector from Swordfighter are way bigger of a deal. So you gotta go for it. It's guaranteed. Excellent.
Exactly. Just keep it simple. Yeah, Reflector is a threat even on Thunder, but it doesn't matter if it's true combo, like you just said. Speaking of true combos, that move is so good at covering so many ledge options, but it can 2-frame quick attack if you read it ahead of time. So that was really good. Oh, very bad spot. I 100% thought he was gonna rip a Thunder right there.
Keep out. It's really weird because he could have died if he thundered, and it got reflected. Because then you either get popped up and Hindsight drags you out with upbeat, or you get spiked, then you die at 0.
That's actually a very fair point. You got to think about that in that situation there, and that's a decent. That's actually a pretty decent counter ledge trap option. You don't want to do too much because you do have a decent amount of end lag to the animation of when you throw Tornado, but it did work out in getting him off the ledge.
Like Swordfighter, if you're like unironically playing Swordfighter in bracket, like you are already one of the grindiest players in the bracket. Like, you may as well take full advantage of that, where your character has the tools to play around.
Yeah, and like, you know, all the jokes aside from tonight, Hindsight's ability to grind out this character has been incredible. He's been improving consistently over time. And unfortunately for him, I complimented him.
And look where that got him.
Yep, that led to him dying. So that is game number 1 going to Mr. L. We are in losers finals, so this is a best of 5, where we are at right now.
Winners, losers, grands, best of 5 truly is the future.
Yep.
It just makes more sense. Like, the tension's right there because, like, both these players are gonna want to take that lane. They gotta fight for it.
Dude, you made me giggle a bit because you started like slurring on the losers finals. I was about to say the tension between you and a bed right now is so strong.
I'm so tired. Don't do this to me.
It's like, yo, Frank is ready to pass out on the.
Dude,
he's gonna knock off all that stuff.
I commentated the entire Aeon Ultimate from start to finish, and now I'm doing this shit.
Yeah, it was funny because like I knew, like we had a few people here, right? So I knew that we were gonna be able to kind of cycle out some people and let them on. But I knew for a fact, it was like, Frank is like a workaholic to a fault, but he loves I love
what I do, but I'm human and I'm tired.
Yep, and I knew for a fact you were going to be out of here with me the whole time. Alright, so that's game 1 going to Mr. L. We're going on to Battlefield. Surprisingly enough, we haven't seen much of any, like, small Battlefield today. It seems like people aren't really, like, too much of a big fan in terms of the stage list for that.
I feel like, as far as character-wise, the only ones that's really going to benefit is the Peach players. Maybe Mr. L if he's confident against.
Except for Link, because he apparently hates that stage.
Really?
Yeah, he was complaining about it earlier.
That's really funny. I feel like it's one of the better stages that Peach has available to her because it lets her play really passively without really doing much and can turn a reversal with relative ease.
You know, I also just realized we have a severe lack of, like, Pyramithra players and other characters who benefit off this stage from streams so far too, so that might be part of it. It seems like everybody we've have a very wide stage meta of matchups we've seen so far on here, especially even the faster characters like Greninja.
Yeah. It's unusual. Like, this is like a really good loadout of characters. Oddly Pokemon favored.
Yeah.
But, like, these are all solid characters. It's just they all happen to benefit from the same style of play. So, like, a lot of the stage picks have been very win-win. I haven't seen anyone really, like, get, like, caught out at the stage select.
That was... I'm fairly certain that was SDI to fall out of that on the ledge there because he, like, free fell pretty fast there. And I need to remember that for the future because I struggle against Mii Swordfighter. I don't know how to deal with this character's ledge traps. So, I mean, Pikachu has so many escape options. Good job. Wow. Dude, the amount of times he's been teching and then finally Mr. L on the... like situation he fell asleep on a little bit. Actually, no, he couldn't do anything about that there.
Yeah, no,
that was good option coverage.
Because there's either you get stage teched and you die, or you tech and you just get explodinated by thunder.
I love explodinated. So good. That sounds like a future Michael Bay film. Actually, you know what? Not even Michael Bay. That's gonna be like
that's just his career, dude.
It's gonna be who's the one who does all of the movies with like Pulp Fiction.
Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, that's gonna be a Quentin... you can't tell me you can't see a Quentin Tarantino movie being called Explodinated.
I could definitely see it.
Starring Sam Jackson, because you know he's gonna be in it.
Oh, why did you air dodge?
Don't air dodge above Mii Swordfighter.
Why are you scared?
You have your whole stock up at this point. Also, Hindsight unfortunately gave up stage position. I think my favorite thing on Mr. L all night is his consistent ability to use quick attack to ledge jump.
Yeah, no, it requires extreme precision with the character because, like, one flick of the control stick the wrong way and... Woo! Never mind, I was gonna say you're dead, but instead Hindsight's dead. God damn.
Look at the flick of my neck. That down air. Hindsight, I don't even know if Hindsight with the tech right there, because I think he used his jump already. I don't know if Up B would even made it from that position where he got sent under stage.
If you get hit on that little under portion of Battlefield where there's like a ceiling, that's curtains.
Yeah, there's not many.
Like straight up, like I don't even think like Villager or Bayonetta can make it back if they get hung up on like the ceiling part, because when it's at a certain angle, you can't tech it. It needs to be at a slope, and like there's a lot of Battlefield that's a slope, but there's like 3 little portions underneath it that are ceilings. It does not matter how good your timing is, you're just literally not allowed to tech those. Yeah. And also Swordfighter's not coming back from that deep, so you're just kind of shit out of luck.
I think literally amongst the quick skim of that, the only characters that are making it back are the low tier shit characters. The K. Rules of the world, the Bowser Juniors of the world. Like, there's not many who are making that back in that spot.
No, like straight up, like even if they get hung up with their recovery, it still may be too far. That's what I'm saying, like maybe Bayonetta's making that back, and sometimes not even then.
Yeah, because we're counting for no jump here. So there's like not many that are getting out of that situation. Also, Poison, you're not going to get out of a situation. I'm going to hug you at some point, man. Get your ass here, dude.
Hey, at least he's joining us for Losers Finals.
True enough, true enough. I know they have a monthly that's going to be happening up that way, too. I'm going to see if I can try and go to.
Oh, word?
Yeah, push the limit. Remember GU?
Yes.
Yeah, Game Underground? Yeah, they're back. So,
really?
Yeah, they're already back up and running, so...
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can try and get myself up. Yes, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that. I see that promise. You better... I miss you. You're leaving me. Look, it could have been you. You could have stopped Mii Swordfighter. You could have stopped Pikachu. It could have been you, Poison. It could have been you. We're just gonna put that on everybody.
Hey, look, I gotta have some regional bias here. I need L to take this one home.
Hey man, look,
you gotta do it for New York.
I gotta have some regional bias here too. I need L to take this one home. Now, look, all jokes aside, I'm very, very happy to see how consistent Hindsight has been improving. Unfortunately for him, it seems like he's kind of run into that wall of people who just have a slightly better passive game than him. which is what he's the strongest at. He did catch a mistake, though, there at the forward smash.
Yeah, no, that was just a really weird scramble in the bottom left. I feel like it's Mr. L consistently trying to force these situations where he really wants to, like, get these early kills.
Yeah.
Like, he keeps on threatening down air spike, he keeps on threatening stage spike with back air, like, these really gritty angles on the stage, too. And he's playing it on stage just fine. He's consistently controlling the stage with no problem. But, like, he just wants it all.
Yeah, I mean, why not at this point, right? You're up 2 games. You're keeping. Basically, you don't want Mii Swordfighter to start zoning you and putting tornadoes out. You want to make him feel like he can't get the startup, and I think that's been the big key. There it is, another one right there. Also, Kylo, we're keeping this up. It could have been you. It could have been you that put an end to this right here. You should have been here today. Uh-oh, that's not. Okay, actually, he still got the follow up afterwards with the falling up air, but. This is pretty unchecked damage. This can be brought back. Unfortunately, he didn't get the tornado he's looking for there.
It was a bit messy to control at the ledge, though. I feel like Hindsight left a couple of opportunities where could have traced Pikachu a bit better, although only so much can be done about Pikachu's speed.
Yeah. And these can just the consistent back air pressure and under pressure. Now you're forced to. Oh, wow. Actually, see, that move has surprised. You'd think you could punish that air in that spot, and then he just gets away. What?
Hilarious.
Right, here we go. It gets back in. If like this is Mii Swordfighter does put on surprising amount of damage. So if he can find like maybe 1 to 2 down throw confirms, he can get this back to an even game. And he's gonna kill Pikachu a lot earlier than Pikachu's gonna kill him outside of offstage game.
Yeah, but that offstage game is where L has been feeling the most comfortable.
True.
He's been pressing the most buttons with it. He's been trying. He's actually been getting a lot of residual damage off of those offstage scrambles, which that I think is pretty important too.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to like dueling on stage, you do have to worry about Hindsight just backing off a little bit and then threatening with his up B or the Gale Tornado follow.
Jesus, dude, Jesus! Oh
well,
my God!
What are you supposed to do about this?
Nothing. He had his like he sniped his jump. He forced him off. He kept juggling with the up air, and then somehow, even after avoiding those forwarders, still chased him down, dude. That was the option coverage, the control, the frame traps, literally no jump resource. So controlling somebody's resources is so important as Pikachu, as funny as it is to talk about how ridiculous that character is. If you're not good at that, you're not going to win.